Alright, this is Dami again. So just join me in Pro Tools as we continue with the other instruments. Okay, and then let's go to the guitar here. Okay, sounds good. So I'm removing some of the low end and boosting around 500k 3 dB. Okay, and then the next one is the favorite MV2. Basically bringing the low level up and then the high level down, and this stuff does it in a very unique way. So that's that basically. Let me bypass it and then bring it back in. So much, even from this little thing, I'm going to actually play it in the track so we can hear the reverb. Because of the EQ on that sound, it's cleaner, it's sweeter. And then we're also just getting, of course, we have more volume, but also we're doing it such a way that this can compete in the track, well, especially where it's needed. So I'm going to play the track and then bypass the plugin in and out. Let me increase the volume. When I bypass the plugin, I also turn up the volume to like 5 dB. But even though I did that, right, it's still lost in the track. It's not flowing with the other guys. So I'm gonna take it back to 0 dB where it was, and then bring the plugins back in, and you can hear the difference. Bypass. So this is it. So mixing, like I said, most times when we increase, volume gain, people say, oh, volume match it. It's not about volume match, it's what the tool is doing. Even now I'm boosting 9 dB, but still I can hear it in the track, but it's not working where it's like it's lost within the track. So hope that was helpful. So cleaning up really helped solve a lot of that. Boosting the frequency, some of the fundamental frequency for that instrument around 400, 500 side, and then the MV2 doing the magic. Okay, moving to the next one here. When you hear this in this track, so I'm going to actually play it, and I'm sure this is going to be lost because this track already has that energy, and having this, which is the main guitar in there, like we say, you don't want to fall my hand, meaning this guitar cannot disappoint. We need to make it aggressive and make it sound like it's part of the rest of the instrument, the song. So it's a 9 dB right now. I'm going to boost it, maybe put it like 0, and let's hear it in the track without the processing at all. You can barely hear it. I'm pushing it harder. It's there, but it can be better. So I'm going to take it back to 9.2, and let's see exactly what we do. Now, what am I going to do? I don't know what I've done here, but I'm going to tell you. Well, I'm hearing two things. One, I need to boost, because it's kind of like I need to boost a lot of the mids so it can poke out through the mix well. Just by doing that, I'm sure we're going to get some clarity. The guitar is going to be alive, come alive. And then the other thing is, it doesn't sound like a real guitar. So what I would do if I'm to mix this, and I'll check what we'll do, is find some type of plugin to make it sound like a real guitar, maybe an amp simulator or something. And I can see there that we is that it? Yes, okay, we have the BX rock. So that will be my approach, and that's the same thing I did here. So let's see what we're doing here. So the first thing, I'm using the saturation here, try to add vibe to this. So you know what, I'm gonna play it so you can hear what the saturation is doing. Right, without with. That's kush, sounds good. Now I'm boosting 5k, 1.5, I'm boosting 2 dB. I'm removing 200, which I could be boosting 200, but let's hear what that is doing. Okay, 200 actually doesn't sound bad, but then I'm boosting 100 here. Okay, so let me bypass the plugin and bring it back in. Again. Okay, and then let's see what this is doing. This is probably where the transformation is happening. Right. That's night and day right now. Someone listening can say, oh, who played the guitar on there? And I'll be like, yeah, I did. How? I use my keyboard, right? So we're bringing life to that guitar that sounds kind of dead and fake, right? And I'm not a guitar player, so I can't really speak much on guitar, but I've heard a lot of guitars. So let me actually bypass those two plugins. Let's hear what we just did. It's boring, right? Aggressive, dirty, and sounds nice. And you can look at the preset here. Sometimes I just scroll through preset until I find the one that sounds nice, and then use this. I'm sure what this is doing is this plugin shaves it acts like tape on one end and then acts like preamp, like a Neve preamp, which is what this is meant to do on one end. The Neve side is you have this low mid bump. I hear that on this, and then the top end too, those extremely sheen, those unnecessary frequency, not unnecessary, but it's going to roll a lot of that off. So maybe here I'm just using it to get some additional drive and to make it sound like I ran it through a Neve preamp. As you can see, it's coming from the amp into a preamp. So that's kind of my thought process. So you can hear the low mid coming out well. I'm gonna bypass it now. Okay, hope that was helpful. Now the next plugin, so it looks like I'm removing anything below 63, which is okay, which makes sense because of all the new stuff we've just added. Let me bypass everything except the EQ. Yeah, this cannot survive right in the track, but with this, let me bring the track in. Alright, so that's it. This is mixing and being creative and knowing what to do, what the track needs. So here I have sending it to, I think I'm using the same reverb on here. Let's see what that reverb is doing. So before, this is what we have, and then after. That's lively. We've changed and transformed that guitar sound to make it fit well in the track. And I learned this trick from Warren Hewitt, right? Panning the instrument is on the right here, and then I'm panning the reverb. in this case I can do that because there isn't a lot of like guitars or anything going on. So it's gonna help me get width, right? All of a sudden the guitar sounds mono to stereo. But also, I should mention, while I was mixing, I believe I did this. What I done is I duplicated the guitar and then treated it separately. The goal is I want to get width, and because that guitar is panned to the left, so I want to have something else to the right. I didn't do that when I was producing this. So what I did here is, duplicated the guitar. Then I used the same thing. I chose a different. I think this is the cab. I'm not a guitar player, so guys help me. Maybe this is the cab, right? Chose a different one. This is the crunch jazz. If I don't do this and I play both of them, I'm only gonna hear volume jump up because it's the same signal. But if you are able to affect that second signal, add more character to it, then that way you can be able to get some stereo out of it. It might not be true stereo, but it's gonna give you at least some stereo. So let's hear this one by itself. Panned. Now let me bring the other guitar in. I'm gonna turn this up. So you can hear now. Let me bypass the plugin, and now so we can hear both of them. Let me turn it up. So as you can hear now, because this one is louder in volume, things shifted to the right. So it's all one guitar right there. But we're able to make it stereo by distorting the other one, running it through some type of different preamp. That has changed the topology, don't know if that's the right word, of the sound itself. So now you know what to do if you need to be able to achieve something like this. It's easier, I would say, with instruments like electric guitar, right? Because you can easily run the amp through it. Other times you can use EQ, but EQ wouldn't do much in this case. I've tried, sometimes where I needed stereo acoustic, but I only have mono, so I've done it to where I did a lot of stuff. But what I realize is I'm getting some stereo information, but it's not true stereo. And what I mean true stereo is hard left, hard right, the difference. When I do that on stuff like acoustic guitar, sometimes is it's not mono, but it's stereo, but it's not all the way. It's like 50%. So I'm like, oh, do I want that, or let me just stick to the mono source? Because you don't want to. You can do it. You don't want to add stuff like this to your acoustic guitar. It's gonna change the tone to an electric, basically. Depending on how you do it, you can blend it in. But it's gonna change the tone. So, but that is, hopefully you can use this kind of trick for your song. Okay, all right. Now let's hear the guitars right in the mix, and I think we've heard them, right? So let's just hear it again. Okay, hope that was really helpful.